Well, we are very happy to have on our program Dean Mark Shanda. And uh, Mark, this is it feels like less like 2 years, but it's probably been more than that, right?
This is my third summer, but
Third summer.
it was just, well, two and a half actually. 3 years ago this week we were buying this house we're sitting in. So I started September 1st of 2017.
Well, it has been a joy to have you here and to be leading the charge in the College of Fine Arts. And I remember something that you said at the very beginning, and you have kept to your word. Your first words were, "Help is on the way."
Well, the opera theater program was one of the crowning jewels of the College of Fine Arts. It was one of the reasons I took the job here and came from Ohio State. So the embarrassment of riches that is present in this college is amazing, and certainly the opera theater program is one of those.
Well, as being involved with Opera Lex for many years, we certainly welcome you to assisting us in doing our job to help promote the University of Kentucky Opera Theater. So tell us a little bit about what you think the relationship between Opera Lex and UKOT is, and how it's enhanced the students and the musical community in Lexington.
Well, when I arrived, one of the first things I learned about was Opera Lex and its support for the opera program here. But I didn't really understand its structure. I didn't really understand its purpose exactly. And Everett invited me to an early board meeting, and I came there and discovered certainly a collection of really committed individuals to our students primarily, and the student opportunity. And that theme is consistent with everything that Everett has presented. The students tend to come first. Over the course of my first 18 months, then I worked actively to clarify and sort of codify the relationship with Opera Lex, because Everett's heard me say this before, but many of our organizations in the arts start out as a handshake and a complete trusting system. But a handshake in today's day and age, unfortunately, isn't always enough. We need a little better documentation to assure longevity, consistency, and certainly one of the least favorite words in higher education, compliance. So I found great partners with Opera Lex over the journey to just clarify what the roles were for each other. And really what it is it's a partnership. It's a creative partnership to provide support for students and putting students first. I couldn't ask for more.
Well, thank you. I think that couldn't be better said. The students really drive us. I mean, it's just so exciting to be able to raise funds to help support their scholarships, to help outreach in the community with, for example, the programs that go on to the middle schools throughout the Commonwealth are just absolutely exciting. And just everything we can do, including helping raise funds for the Getchell Scholarship to support the graduate students that may not have any endowment that can help them continue their careers or complete their careers. And, you know, it's all based on the expenses that we can generate to help support all of the programs.
Well, the Opera Lex has impact from practically birth to death. If you think about it, the whole spectrum of individuals that your dollars help touch. So we have the historic support and consistency for the Schmidt Opera Outreach Program, and the number of schools and the number of counties in Kentucky that have been touched by that program, where so many arts exposure is so limited at times. And I'm sure it's many individuals' first operatic experience, all the way to those that commit to support the opera program as bequests. And so literally it is from exposing students from birth all the way to death. Don't mean to be morbid about it, but it's important to know that those dollars that we receive through Opera Lex truly impact students. They enable their ability to stay in school, they enable the ability to have quality production, and they enable the outreach program to touch so many lives.
We think so.
You know, one of the things that I think probably a lot of people don't know a lot about, Dean Shanda, is the Fine Arts Extension Program. And it's another way that the College of Fine Arts reaches out into the state, and it's a very, very unique program. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I have a long heritage with extension. In fact, my father graduated from Iowa State University, and his first job was as a county extension director. So it's in my soul and in my blood in some ways. And so when I was at Ohio State, I worked with that extension system to develop a joint partnership and an arts extension specialist on campus. And when I came to the University of Kentucky, I discovered that my predecessor, 2 deans ago, um, started an active program with University Extension, which of course has a county extension office in every county in the Commonwealth. There are currently, I believe, 5 active arts extension specialists. And then this last fall, we hired one in a partnership with the Ag College to provide on-campus presence to build connections with the extension service. So the example I like to give is that if you walk into an extension service office right now, you can find a brochure about how to grow tomatoes or how to take care of your horse and those sorts of things. And we're in the process of developing companion pieces about how to attend a concert, how to enjoy an opera, how to discover the backstory of a composer, how to look at music and its impact on memory and Alzheimer's disease, and all those sorts of things that we know the power of music has. And we have this unique platform with having university extension offices everywhere. It's part of the University of Kentucky in every county, and we want an arts presence in every one of those.
Well, that's great. We don't like in my field in vocal health to talk about horse in the same paragraph as we talk about voices.
Yes, I understand that.
So we don't want that brochure to be too close to the horses, please.
Understood, understood. And there are a variety of definitions of horses. But when I was hired, I was told that there were 3 important things about Kentucky that I needed to understand: basketball, bourbon, and horses. And my job, according to one of the people who interviewed me, was to add a 4th, and that was the arts that connected all 3 of those.
And you've done a great job.
Absolutely.
Well, I've tried.
You really do. Yeah. What's your, I know that you have big plans for the college over the next, 4, 5, 6 years. Would you like to share some of those with people who are listening?
Sure. One of the things about being on this Zoom call, of course, is that we're in the middle of trying to address a crisis and how we operate in all the mitigation factors of COVID-19. But I'm not taking my eye off the ball in terms of the future operations and the expansion and the hope for where we're going as a college. So in the first 6 months, I was able to leverage some dollars to have a comprehensive study come in and look at our facilities. We'd had lots of heritage practices of looking at individual facilities. And in fact, Schmidt Vocal Arts Building is one of the benefits of those earlier studies about needs and space and acquisition. But university planning cycles are long and detailed. So we had a comprehensive study that looked at our overall facilities and established some real dynamic goals for expansion, renovation, and replacement. And so there is a study, and I've had the pleasure of sharing it partially with the leadership of Opera Lex at one point, that looks at some improved lobby facilities, more restroom spaces in Singletary, those practical things that are necessary, as well as a performance space that would better support opera production. Some people may not know that my background is theater design and technology. I have been as a producer or a technical director for over 300 productions in my lifetime. And so I have a distinct affinity for all that takes to put backstage together to support the artistry that occurs in the front of the stage.
I just want to say we are just thrilled to be partners with you, with Everett, with UK. It's just been a great, amazing ride, and we've had some amazing board members that are just so excited to work with you guys.
Well, I certainly am impressed with the quality of the board, and I appreciate all of the volunteer hours that they put in, and they look to build connections among both our students and our performance. One of your board members once mentioned to me that they like to follow the students through all 4 years of their degree programs, right, and really sort of feel almost an adoption aspect to it, and that's really important, those connections. And in the near term, we're going to continue to ask the board for wisdom and patience, because we're in a situation where our normal performative modes are going to be disrupted significantly. So we're going to find new ways to outreach and connect, and certainly the Grand Night Online that's been released, and those sorts of things we're looking forward to, and we will see more this fall with electronic distribution, live streaming, those sorts of things, until we can be back together, which we all are searching for, that time and hope for when we can gather together, because the equation of audience and performer and liveness is essential to all that we do.
Well, thank you, Dean. Appreciate you spending some time with us this evening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening with us tonight.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for the opportunity to speak with everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Everett.
Thank you.